have spent $11,000 and 4 years becoming a master of the Manosphere, and the results speak for themselves, which is why I will now speak for them. Open the syllabus. We are starting at the top. There's a wall in my apartment, and on that wall is a shelf. And on that shelf is every course, binder, and printed program a man can buy on how to become high value. $11,000 of PDFs in plastic sleeves. My sister Cass came over in March, looked at the shelf for a while, and asked me what any of it had got me. I told her she was looking at the wrong shelf. The results are not on the shelf. They are forthcoming. Most men live in a lie. They were sold a story about being kind, doing the dishes, and waiting, and the Manosphere is the door out of that story, except the door costs money, and I have walked through every door. Some of the doors I walked through twice because I lost the receipt. It is a real field with a real curriculum, and the curriculum begins with the pills. There are 3. I have swallowed all 3, which is more than my doctor recommends and exactly what my mentor required. The red pill is the foundational text. The red pill says everything about you is changeable. Your frame, your discipline, your value, all of it can be built if you buy the build. So I bought the build. I have 4 years of receipts proving I am 1 purchase away from changed. The black pill goes deeper and says the opposite, that some things were decided at birth: your jaw, your bones, your height, the geometry of the face. I took the black pill on a Tuesday, measured my own skull against a chart I downloaded, and grieved a bone in my cheek for most of a week. Then I bought the course that says you can fix it anyway, which means I had spent $90 to learn nothing could be done and $400 more to undo the lesson. The blue pill is for the men still inside the lie, the ones who think you just have to be a good person and someone will love you. I used to be one of them. I had friends then, and a Saturday that did things. I do not miss it. I have ascended past Saturdays. Once you have the pills, you choose a faction, and I did not choose one. I completed all of them in order, which no one tells you is even possible. I started in the field, which is what we call the world when you are practicing on it. This is the pickup faction, the game, and it has a science. The approach, the opener, the calibrated tease, the number close. I bought a $400 weekend boot camp where a man with a headset taught me to walk up to a stranger and demonstrate value. I demonstrated value at a bookstore for 6 hours. I came home with a strained calf and 1 phone number, and the number was the bookstore's. Game was beneath me, so I graduated to MGTOW, which is the faction for men who have decided they need no woman at all. A movement of total self-reliant freedom that I joined by paying a man a monthly fee to remind me I am free. I went my own way for 11 months. My own way had a subscription. When I tried to cancel the subscription to my own freedom, it took 3 emails, which I read as the system fighting to keep a high-value man down. Then I found the Sigma faction, the lone wolf, the man so far above the pack he answers to no one, and I want to be precise about this, because the Sigma is the most advanced animal in the science. I rebuilt my whole day around it. I get up at 4, I take the cold shower, I do not smile in photographs, and I move through the world as a lone wolf, which in practice means a man eating overnight oats at 4 in the morning alone on purpose, telling no one, because the pack cannot know. Final faction is Looksmaxxing, the optimization of the face itself, and this is where the science gets expensive. I am on the mewing, the mouth tape, the magnesium, the $90 pillow that aligns your hunter eyes while you sleep. I bought a jaw training device and chewed a block of resin gum until my own face hurt, and when Cass asked why my jaw was sore, I told her I was under construction. She asked what the contractor's name was. I did not have one, I just had the gum. Every faction has its gurus, and the gurus are where the real curriculum lives, and the gurus are the reason for the shelf. Each one sells a course. The course is always $499 in 3 easy payments, and I have made all 3 of every one of them. There is a photo on the shelf I treat as my diploma. It is my main mentor, standing in front of a rented Lamborghini in a parking garage with his arms crossed. He has never told me his real name. He has told me his morning routine, his 9 laws of power, and his bank balance, which he shows on a screen, and which I have chosen to believe. He drives a Lamborghini he rents by the hour. I drive a 2009 Honda I own, and every month I send a piece of what the Honda is worth to the man with the better car, so that one day I can stop renting my life the way he rents his. The deepest tier is the mentorship, the inner circle, the mastermind, and I am in it. I paid $2,000 to enter the mastermind, and the mastermind is a Discord. There are 600 of us in there, all high value, all silent, mostly asleep in different time zones. I post my wins. A win in the mastermind is anything you can frame as one. Last week I posted that I had held frame at a coffee counter, and a man named Wolf King reacted with a flame, and that flame is worth more to me than most things in this apartment, including, on the relevant Sundays, the phone. When I am not in the mastermind, I am in the forums, which I think of as the Lair. This is where the field publishes its science. The field reports the before and after faces, the threads where men measure the angle of their own bone and rate it for one another, peer-reviewed by no one, open at 3 in the morning. I have a reputation in there. I have a username men respect. Cass has my legal name, and she texts it sometimes, on Sundays, and I leave the legal name on red so I can attend to the username instead. Now we come to the cost, because a real curriculum has a cost, and I want to walk you through mine, since it is the part the gurus call the investment in yourself. I have invested in myself heavily. A serious man does not flinch at the invoice. I left a job for this. The job had a desk, and the desk had hours, and the hours were eating the time I needed for the curriculum, so I freed myself from the desk to go full-time on becoming high value. I have been full-time on it for 14 months. My title is founder. The company is me, and the product is also me, and we are, the analysts agree, pre-revenue. It cost me the friends, too, the blue pill ones, the ones from back when I had a Saturday. They kept asking me to come to things, normal things, a wedding, a birthday, a regular night, and I kept declining, because comfort is the enemy and a wedding is just 3 hours of other men conceding their frame in front of witnesses. They stopped asking around the same time the savings ran out. I count both as the curriculum filtering out what was holding me back. And it cost me the savings, which I do not call lost, because lost is a blue pill word. I call it deployed. I deployed my savings into $11,000 of instruction on how to be a man worth a woman's time, and the instruction has been thorough, and the woman it prepared me for has not yet been scheduled, and the savings are, in the language of my mentor, fully allocated. Which brings us to Cass, who is the one person not enrolled. She is my sister. She is not in the field, not in the funnel, not in the Lair, and she keeps asking me every Sunday in plain words the 3 questions the curriculum has no module for. What do you actually do all day? Where does the money go? When did you last sit in a room with another person who knows your real name? I have a frame for the first 2. The third one I usually let ring. She came by again last Sunday with the same bag of groceries she always brings, the one she leaves on the step when I do not let her up, and she stood down there and said, not even unkindly, that she had been the only person to knock on this door since the spring, and that she had started keeping the count on her phone. I told her, through the door, that I was deep in the work and could not break frame. She said okay. She said she would leave the bag. Then she said the thing she always says before she goes, which is that she just wants to know I have eaten, and she went down the stairs, and I held frame on my side of the door until I heard the street door close. I will tell you the truth about that bag. I bring it in after dark, the way the routine says a man of mystery forages. And last Sunday I was unpacking it, and there was a note in her handwriting on top of the soup. And it said she put the good crackers in, the ones I liked when we were kids. And for about 4 seconds I stood in my kitchen holding a sleeve of crackers, and I could not remember the last time I had said anything back to her that was not a deflection. And my chest did something the curriculum does not have a name for. Then I found the name. I logged it as her trying to lower my frame with nostalgia, a known compliance tactic, and I put the crackers on the shelf, next to the PDFs, where I keep the things I am saving for later. So that is the field, fully surveyed, top to bottom. 3 pills, 4 factions, every guru, the Mastermind, the Lair, and the Diploma on the wall, and the man standing in front of all of it, holding the complete curriculum, $11,000 deep, fully allocated, pre-revenue, foraging soup after dark in a Honda's worth of debt. And closer to the man, it was all supposed to make me than I have ever been. The results speak for themselves. I have just spoken for them at length, because in 4 years they have not once spoken on their own, and a high-value man fills the silence. And I am still leveling up. There is a new course in the cart. It is $499, and it promises the one thing none of the others delivered. And this time, the man in the parking garage assures me the Lamborghini is his.